Hello, I am back. Oh, it was a Volcana. Very nice, very nice. That's probably even better than a Kirin. The sources I use don't have the most recent eggs yet. So yeah. I need to figure out if I can make that countdown disappear if it's at 0. Anyway. Volcana is also very nice. So. It is time for the surprise game to be revealed. Yes, it is. It is indeed. This game is my absolute favorite game of all time. This is the Switch version, and the reason why I'm even considering streaming a game I've already beaten is because the Switch version contains exclusive content that I will play after playing through the game. It's in this wonderful menu here, which I absolutely love. So, this is the exclusive content that's only available in the Switch version. Then you do have some very nice stuff. You have the soundtrack, which you can just literally play any track of. You have the art book in here, you have all of the trailers, and some other stuff. But this we will explore another time.
Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them. They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to Parallax, are leading humans to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines. Organizations, like the human revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human. High above the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Let's go. Yep. This game is from 2017. This version is 3 years after, but the original release was in 2017. Look at it. Just look. Home sweet home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. Musty might be a better descriptor. Here we are. So this is a point and click, but they adapted it for console, so you can just cycle through all objects on screen. Well, at least you feel safe behind this newly installed security door. A copy of Wigfield. Sometimes the old books are the best, especially to keep your window propped open. The classics can get boring pretty fast after multiple reads. Besides, it's more useful holding up the window. You give the book a pep talk. Keep that window open. Hold your position. Don't lose focus. It's not even doing reps. Out of all the books on the shelf, you pick the slacker. You command the door to stay locked. It bleeps stoically back at you. Coffee, the greatest equalizer. The one thing that the poor and rich alike need to chug through the day, you assume. This cup has really cooled off on talking. It's lost the hots for you a while ago. You take a sip of the old, stale coffee. The letters F and K seem clear as day. It's also really gross. I could use my ID card on the... No. Super no. Mega no. Ultra no. Omega. Well, no. Nah. No. Good old Leppy. Might not be the most beautiful, powerful, or the fastest, or have the best screen, but, well, it works. Plant. This plant is in pretty bad shape. Isn't this supposed to be one of the easier plants to take care of? They say plants react positively to conversation, but this poor thing might be too far gone already. Careful, the poor thing is more fragile than a snowflake. A stack of paper for your unpublished novel. Most people write a talk on paper. You just talk to paper. Blank paper. Pen and paper is the most tangible method, but if you're going to be so sloppy, maybe going digital would be a good goal. No, your principles whine too much at the thought. Would Hemingway go full digital if he were in 2064? Probably. The GX Ultra Beats headphones. A pair of GX Ultra Beats headphones, the ultimate in budget audio. You'd better try them out so you can start crafting your review. The smart headphones are enjoying your voice in high definition. A single piece of loose, unsorted paper lies on the ground. A page only holds the opinions of its author. This one is blank. It sort of suits the room's aesthetic better with it there on the ground, don't you think? The video screen on the front says mustard, half full, spoiled milk, 10 days past expired. Remind the fridge that you need to pick up some more milk when you go out. It jolts down a milk on the list. Probably best to just make a mental note instead. You've had enough vitamin R for one lifetime anyway. You open up the fridge to see a bottle of mustard and a carton of spoiled milk, which has developed an odor. Maybe the spoiled milk has one more good day on it. Maybe. Take milk. You don't know exactly what the use is, only that it seems to be growing day by day. Running water might just make it worse. You ask a blob in the sink not to loiter, but it bubbles up at you. Don't stick that in there. You're certainly not gonna be the one to reach inside that to retrieve it. No way. You can't possibly imagine the indescribable inhumane horrors you're about to unleash onto the world. Or the stank. Anyway, let's try on these headphones. Yay, these are those GX Ultra Beats headphones you're supposed to write a product review on. They are smart headphones. So you should be able to use them with some things lying around your apartment. Oh, I think I can also, yep. Your home within your home. Nothing like curling up under those blankets and escaping away for a while. You better submit your article before you turn in, or you won't have a place to sleep for long. You probably shouldn't sleep before submitting your article. This bed only chats back when you sleep talking. It's not the most well-designed function. The headphones detect that you're laying down and begin to play some soothing ocean sound effects. This page is blank. All of it. Useless. All blank. There's nothing to be read or hear. You sync up the headphones and listen to a live stream of a cooking show about making ramen using household materials. Unfortunately, you learn that mustard and spoiled milk aren't quite enough to make good ramen. Okay, that should be enough testing for the headphone review. Your accountability remains intact right away. Let's use the laptop. Leppy is a bit of a relic. You have an article due tonight. Better finish it before bed. OK Today's NeoSF's most beloved morning show, all about news and entertainment. People in Neo Oklahoma are still confused by the name. This is the show's online newspaper called The Scanline. OK Today is usually all about feel-good news, but it does focus on serious current events at times as well. Just look at this, it's so good. Current events article. A story about the human revolution. Human revolution remains vigilant in #StayHuman protests on Upper Market. December 19, the human revolution is on day 10 of their protesting outside various genus clinics around the city, including those in East Bay and down the peninsula. Genus, the gene splicing treatment facility, has met with much controversy since the organization reached mainstream exposure over the past few years. Genus employee Mort Crane spoke to OK Today exclusively. According to him, most Genus workers are up in arms, claiming they are being terrorized in their own city. "We're here to help people who need gene therapy for their own personal reasons, whatever they are," said Crane. "Individual rights have always been of paramount importance to us," he continued, "and we believe that our customers have the right to live as they please or require. The human revolution stands behind the claim that Genus is diluting the human experience by providing hybrids with gene splicing treatments. The group feels that the goals stated by Genus, in addition to newer cybernetic technology, are warping humanity into a very scary, dark future. They are playing God in the most senseless of ways. We are born human. Who are we to mess with our genes and start turning everybody to who knows what?" said one of the protesters, who asked to remain anonymous. "It's ridiculous and scary. It's not human." More information to follow as this story develops late into holiday 2064 season. June Velma Anna, OK Today.
Hey, it's Charlie Nova, host of Star in the Stratosphere, and Tonight in the Stars. Join Ryan D. Josio and the Hassy Boys for our 10th annual TMI New Year's Eve special, where I'll interview some of the hottest celebrities and find out what their plans are for 2065. Tune in or join us live at Union Square for the big show, starting at 10 p.m.
Yeah. This game has full voice acting for everyone but the main character, by the way. A story about a hometown, Neo SF's 7x7s. The Neo SF 7x7s's hashtag Quest410 is back on. December 19, Sunday's big match at the Stick brings an important question to everyone's mind. Can the 7x7s punch their ticket to the playoffs and bring the trophy back to the Neo San Francisco? It would mark the first championship win since the team moved to Augmented Eye Field, or the Stick as it's been dubbed, after an almost 50-year hiatus from the city. Since returning, they've had disappointing losses to the New York Walkers and the Mexico City Luchadors. They've brought a fresh coach, but controversy surrounds their new quarterback, Patricia Lopez, as some vocal sports fans continue to accuse her of having illegal cybernetic enhancements. Certain modifications of implants are banned by the league, but their official reports state that repeated investigations into Lopez found no evidence to substantiate these rumors. It's relevant to point out that Lopez is the first woman to ever be quarterback in a major football team. The 7x7s look to reclaim their top spot since their last win with a Bwango Bowl victory over the Tokyo Titans. Sunday's game is a rubber match, and the winner secures a spot in the playoffs, but the Kansas City Chomps are no pushovers, and it'll be a close game to say the least. Catch Sunday's results here first, for all things everything. I'm June Velma Anna, OK Today. A story about a broken down Froyo stand? Golden Gate Park, vandalism on the rise. December 19, reports show that local foodie booth JJ's Froyo stand was destroyed last night in what appears to be another case of Rogue Rom committing an act of vandalism. The cat was evidently attacked and damaged by a large rom that had no shell. Witnesses state that the alleged perpetrator has been randomly appearing at night before lumbering back into the nearby trees of the western side of the park. This is the first case of a rom being reported to live on its own in the wild as a stray. You're not a poor Froyo stand, what are we gonna do? You know what's really funny? The voice actor for the Froyo stand guy is ProZD, aka Sangwon Cho. Police say that tracking down a potential owner of the ROMs is likely impossible. Some speculate that the strange ROM may have been framed by vandals who set their crime deliberately to make it appear to have been carried by the ROM, rogue or under orders. OK Today reached out to Parallax for comment, and they assured us that the rogue ROM is purely a myth that tends to pop up conveniently when low-revenue businesses have the urge to file an insurance claim. Parallax did not appreciate the reports of vandalism being attributed to their models. Is this wild ROM the real deal, or could it be a fairy tale created by those looking to make a quick buck? Or perhaps there's something else to be gained? More as the story progresses. Mel Hopkins, OK Today. This is Lips Live, the premier online video network. This app is like a mesh of all active streams. No. Oh crap. I did not mean to skip. Ah crap. Okay. Well, you sync up the headphones and watch a livestream of a talk show host bantering with famous actresses. This is the Lips Live, the premier online video network. You can watch a live instantaneous feed from almost anywhere in the world, and lo and behold, 80% of it is naked bodies. They were asking for trouble by naming their service something like Lips Live, though. You could keep watching, or I could write. Cyber crime drama, very nice. Okay. The final thing before we move on with the story to discover in here is the inbox. Once I use journal logic, I will progress the story, which will break the computer. So I need to do this now. Read spam mail. Get cheap crash. Only 99 creds for 30-day supply of 212 stims. Hello there, I am Princess Emma Thomas. Yes, the Princess Emma, heiress to the digital empire of the horse fortune. I write you today as I need your help to secure my great fortune. You see, it has become frozen and I need to transfer it to at least 5 different accounts or the World Bank will seize my credits, amounting to 42194.1 credits. Please, if you could send your personal credit ID marker to me immediately so that I can send you your 20% of the fortune. I'll only require that you send half back upon receipt of the funds. You may keep the rest of the money. The best part is that there's literally nothing that can go wrong. So grab yourself some Vegemite and welcome to the Queendom. What is this email? Your account is past due in the amount of 1,396.4 credits. Failure to restore your account may result in termination of service. Power plant power. Ah yes, the age-old choice between food or electricity. Hey there, I'm the lead editor for What the Fuck Sounds. Formerly, Oh My God Sounds. Sorry. We're a new up-and-coming audio review a feed looking for hot talent who need a platform for their work. We'd love to feature any product reviews you'd like to do for us. We'd be able to give you some great exposure, and if we like your stuff, could possibly throw some creds your way. Ah yes, who doesn't love working for exposure? Don't I know people die of exposure? According to this email, your rent is nearly due. Better get that article submitted soon. Hessie. So good. A coupon for 5 credits back on a Hessie Infinity. Hessie Infinity is all of your daily calories with none of the nutritional value. Like the opposite of a diet version. Yeah, who doesn't love that? It's perfect. An invite to come see the lighting ceremony of the Christmas tree downtown from your friends at Dr. Trees LA. Why would your dentist invite you to a lighting ceremony? Feels like a trap. Probably a trap. This is your weekly update from Vintage Tech, your #1 source for classic technology. Popular pieces this week: King of Click, a retrospective on the classic Model N keyboard. Unsubscribe from newsletter. Request denied. Subscription cannot be modified. Seems right. Okay. Journal Logic. The only program this machine can run. Alright, time to get work out of the way. Let's do this. Selling your soul. Bit by bit. Character by character. Finished. Now to send it off to the editor. There, your big break. Surely your glowing review of GX Ultra Beats is your ticket out of poverty and into a book deal. Surely. Work is finally out of the way. Time for bed. Okay. There's nothing else in this scene. So time for bed.
Good, you're finally awake. I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient.
Yes!
Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
So we have the wonderful choice between... How did you get into my apartment and what the hecky? I personally am very inclined to choose what the hecky.
Oh, I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC. Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my micro-actuators. So I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag.
A snag? How did you get in here in the first place? Forget all that. Tell me why you're here and calling the cops. How did you get in here in the first place?
I came in through the door, of course.
Perfect answer.
The cryptographic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious. It only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code. It looks rather imposing, but it's actually a knockoff of the Secu Gate M/14723-B.
Write that down. I knew my landlord was full of it when he said it was the best.
Don't feel too bad. I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced likely numeric combinations against the stored personal data on you. I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it would be sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter. Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do all that once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken and that you left it open.
Okay, what was that about my computer?
Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware. An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well. I would consider it no great loss, though. Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with?
I don't have enough money for a new computer.
Don't fret. I did manage to back up your data drive's contents on my storage before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs. It is the least I can do.
That's nice, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous.
So cute!
I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now.
Hayden? You know Hayden Weber?
Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes.
I haven't seen Hayden over a year. Where is he?
I don't really know. That's why I'm here. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported.
That's such a savage burn. Slow down. What makes you believe that?
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me. And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so.
I've never looked for a missing person, but I could try.
The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
We'll see about that.
Don't worry, if Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable. If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left.
Oh, was anyone out for Hayden?
I don't know.
Yeah, the blob in
I'm
the
not
sink is
certain
so
who would
good.
benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert, but he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked. It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him.
Why would they want Hayden?
He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped. I suspect it has to do with me.
Who are you anyways? What do you have to do with it?
Excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing. I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments. He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him. Either to stop his research, or to take it and use it for themselves.
Tell me more.
A regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me. But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance. Did he only program me with the illusion of free will?
How would you know? One way or the other.
You. Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question. How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will?
I think we're getting a little too philosophical here.
You're right. I apologize for the tangent.
Well then, I guess we should get started.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the AutoCab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived.
I can totally afford that. Lead the way.
That's strange. Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock.
Perhaps the maintenance robot took care of it.
It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully. Oh, a lucky break! It seems my access codes still work. Hayden's door has far better security than yours does.
You made your point about the door, let's just head in. It doesn't look like there was much of a struggle.
I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him.
Anti-programmed against harming humans?
Of course not. How silly. To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
Comforting, Turing. Why don't you?
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people. The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
Glad we're clear on that one.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense. But
You did the right thing by escaping.
Excellent point. Let's start searching for clues.
Photos! Pictures of Hayden traveling all over the world. Working at a company like Parallax ensures you'll be more than well off. The sentiment is understood, but you probably won't forget what Hayden looks like anytime soon. This plant is doing much better than the one at home. Pass off. Based on a track record, it's for the best.
Hayden spends so much of his time at home building ROMs, as if he doesn't do enough of that at work.
Turing is so cute. What reason would you have for taking this? Why don't you even own, don't even own a ROM?
Oh, I think
Ooh, I want to look at this. Television is looping through some of Hayden's feeds. Tech banter, Ted's code tapes, augmented eye. There are no buttons at the screen. There's no need to watch TV right now. Few vintage video game consoles. Hayden was always fan of old tech. There's a Mega 16, a Dural, and even a Familink. We gain the strength of temptation, we resist. So you'll probably become a red video game wizard now. A ROM component, and Hayden sets it. He must have been in the middle of working on something. Busted. He must have dropped it in the skirmish.
that's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM. But desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform.
Do you know how to get in? There might be clues.
Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time.
Why not? You hacked my door easily enough.
Your door used a much simpler set of algorithms with a much weaker processor. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms. Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software, if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents.
Can you just download that knowledge from the meshnet?
I could, but much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it, I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert. The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways and upside down. I lack that ability.
Are you incapable of that kind of creative leap?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds, I just don't think I'm very good with computers. I do seem to have some skill with painting, though. Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion.
Abstract art doesn't seem like something a robot would be good at.
That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism. But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel.
Let's get back to searching. Tablet!
Ah, that device. I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It's well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him. It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card. Without the memory card, this tablet is useless. Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords.
Ingi
This
Turing
window here is
is...
where I escaped from. It is a considerable distance to the ground below. Critical system damage would be unlikely, but I would certainly have damaged my legs beyond repair, so... I took the fire escape.
Of course you did.
It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card.
Huh.
You're not actually thinking about switching one of those games on right now, are you?
No, I'm trying to figure out where the trigger for the memory card is. Is it here?
Without the memory...
Inside the plant, maybe. Plant Whisperer, you are not. Photos? No. Oh, there it is. Looks like an old, high-density memory card. Something in the room might be able to read it. There is the trigger. It's just on the floor, right there.
The memory card slot is empty.
Whoop.
Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections. If only he had kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures.
The tablet's calendar says you were supposed to meet with someone named Tomcat today. Ringing any digital bells?
Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. Says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the Castro district. I'll mark it on your city map.
Let's go.
We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why Hayden was snatched. Oh, excuse me. I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system. We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways to assist you. For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're out and about. I just need to ask you a few questions. This is an exciting thing, I promise.
Let's go. Don't you know literally everything about me already? You knew my first dog's birthday.
This is just how things are done. I'm certain I could spend a few quadrillion clock cycles to bypass that part of my operating system, but that seems less efficient than just running the setup program. So, here we go.
Let's go.
Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship and organizational manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live intelligence processing system. I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM.
Woo!
If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly. First, could you tell me your preferred name for use in account creation, online communications, and conversational speech? Do you wish to keep this name?
Yes.
Thank you. I have input your name.
It me.
Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech?
Look at this. Look. Look. You can even do custom pronouns. Look.
I have input your pronouns. Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations?
Oop.
Diet set as omnivorous. Are you sure?
Yes.
Thank you for confirming. I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as it becomes available. Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to enter it again. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Thank you. See, that was relatively painless. You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should head back to your apartment for now.
All right.
I'm sure we can find some
Let's
common
go.
ground while getting to know one another better. It will be
Yeah.
an efficient use of our time together. Thank you for escorting me here. Let's head back to your home.
Yes.
You know, your Crassula ovata isn't doing very well. Have you been overwatering it?
Don't plants need lots of water?
It's actually a succulent, and since I'm assuming you leave this window open all the time, it should get more than enough water just from the occasional rain blowing in. Speaking of the rain, your decorative plant may be doing poorly, but the mildew in your drywall is flourishing.
Yay! The plant's named Wilty. I got it from a friend a couple months ago.
How thoughtful of them! The Crassula ovata, also known as the jade plant, money tree, lucky tree, or friendship tree, is an excellent and easy to care for houseplant. They make beautiful bonsai, are suitable for beginners, and have some cultural significance both in the Far East and America as a token for good financial luck. Most likely an urban legend, but still a nice gift.
Okay, so what do you want me to do about the plant?
I'd like your authorization to have a few tools shipped here. If I replant it into a more suitable pot with sandier soil, it should be thriving again soon. You just have to remember to water it less frequently. Considering the state of your apartment, I'd have figured you'd neglect it rather than drown it. Ironic, since it would be doing better if you had.
Oof! Sure, Turing, whatever you want.
Excellent. The supplies should be here soon. I ordered from a place close by to keep the shipping costs down. Oh, one other thing. When I was doing the research on how to best take care of the Crassula ovata, I stumbled upon the persistent belief that talking to plants improves their health. There is scientific evidence that shows there may be something to the notion, but the methodology in the studies was a bit shaky, so it could all be rank superstition.
Mildew. Time to give the landlord another call.
I have, in fact, already taken the liberty of sending a request to his office. And considering the broken window, broken sink, and the lingering sense of disrepair, I am not confident he has a history of following through.
Yep.
I would suggest confronting him in person, but I have run a mesh search, and the man is a convicted felon for assault and battery with a deadly weapon.
Cool.
Perhaps we should bring some sort of a bribe? I will continue to formulate a stratagem.
Yay.
Anyway, I'll have this plant flourishing in no time. If left in direct sunlight, the leaves gain a pretty red tinge to their edges, and it should start flowering in the autumn. It'll really pull the whole room together. You know, once we get the sink fixed. Oh, it's almost the time Hayden had scheduled to meet with Tomcat.
Yay.
We should make our way to Stardust soon. Your city map is updated with the location.
Okay then. I will talk to the plant. You're such a cute little plant, Wilty. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
With more of that, we'll surely be on the way to lush greenery in no time.
This action will have consequences. Probably.
Anyway, I'll have this plant flourishing in. It'll really.
Ah, okay, this is just replaying the last thingy majig. Nip. Boop.
Well, this looks like the place, assuming the flashing neon signs are telling the truth. From the sounds of the music, things are already underway at Stardust, even so early. Hopefully we can find Tomcat inside. And some answers.
A 2062 ZIS CR4 Coupe. Perfect for letting everyone know you spent a fortune of credits on a car. You tell the car to stay parked. It doesn't recognize your voice, so it doesn't respond. Different means, same outcome. Still a victory for you. An ad for the latest coupe starts playing as you approach the vehicle. Come to Neo San Francisco ZIS dealer. If Whiskey Pete can't save your credits on the next ride, then you will get a free car, a crate of Hassie. Brilliant.
I'm surprised they're using a human bouncer instead of a ROM. That's a nice, authentic touch.
Welcome to Stardust.
Hi, Sangwonto. Hug bouncer? You try to hug the bouncer. He pushes you back with a cold glare. Sad.
Hold up there. Got ID?
Yep, sure. What if I give him spoiled milk?
That's disgusting.
Good.
Alright. Looks good to me.
Yes, plant-based companion. This almost looks meticulously handcrafted until you notice it's the exact same as the other one in the front door. Don't take that down, it's the holidays. What's this? It's open. The sign is on 24/7. These planters are completely self-contained. Bacteria live in the base, they take in oxygen and release CO2, while keeping the soil rich by breaking down decaying material shed by the plant. You tap on the glass. The plant doesn't seem to notice. Because it's completely sealed, water never leaves the system. If you watch closely, you can see the condensation roll off the top, back down to the soil.
Welcome to Stardust.
This is the place. Have you ever been here before?
This is my first time, but I don't think it will be my last.
The atmosphere is certainly exciting. I'm particularly impressed by some of the more subtle effects the music and lights are having on your autonomic nervous system. Try not to let yourself get too entranced, at least not until we've achieved our goal. Anyway, where do you think we should start?
Let's check the bar.
Good idea. Maybe the bartender can tell us where to find Tomcat.
It's a chair. It's not even a spinning chair. It just looks like one. Sad. Posters. Anyway, hi.
Morning, friend. What can I do for you?
I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink. What'll it be?
I would like... A saddle bitch.
So many drinks these days. Remind me, what's in there?
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Ah, all right, you got it. Coming right up. Now, what is it you need to know?
Yeah. Could you tell me more about yourself?
Oh, I should introduce myself. The name's Majid. I've been the bartender of Stardust for a few years now, but I've owned it a little longer than that. So, what do you want to know?
Not to be rude, but don't places like this come and go in a flash? But they say Stardust is forever.
That's true, and it was true about Stardust. The first 6 months were great. After that, the interest dried up and the kids moved on to the next big thing. But I guess I'm just stubborn and kept throwing good money after bad. Ha! After 2 years in a remodel, things started to pick back up again. We slowly dug ourselves out of the debt hole. We got some regulars around. They started bringing in enough new folks and it reached critical mass pretty quick.
What did you do before Stardust?
Mostly got myself into trouble. When I emigrated from Pakistan, I didn't have a whole lot of employable skills. But I'm real big, which was enough to get hired for some real dirty stuff. Bodyguard work. Truth be told, I hated the work. I didn't want to be a hired fist my whole life. Wanted something regular, peaceful. I had enough cash saved up to buy this place, which was a hole at the time. The rest is history. I'm sure
Nice.
It sounds more exciting than it was.
We're looking for Hidden Webber, do you know him?
Scientist guy, does some kind of computer research at Parallax. Pretty sure I know who you're talking about, but I don't think he's around here tonight. Our place doesn't really seem like his scene, but I think he comes in to scout young programming talent. Go figure. I can ask around, find out if anyone's seen him. I'll let you know.
I'm meeting a Tomcat. Do you know where they are?
I'm pretty sure Tomcat came in earlier, but I don't know where they went off to. I'd ask what you were meeting about, but I know they like to keep that kind of stuff quiet. Maybe try looking out on the dance floor. If they come around here, I'll tell them you're looking. Well, it was nice meeting you, but I gotta get back to work. I'll keep an eye out for Tomcat and send them your way if I see them. Good luck! Enjoy yourself, and don't be a stranger.
This punk doesn't look too into what they're playing. Hey, have you checked out Megaphobator? Heard the machine was donated to Stardust recently, but it's been having problems since it's got here. Something doesn't seem right once you get to the boss, you know? Alright, let's dance in. But first, have you heard of anyone named Tomcat? Oh, Tomcat, yeah, I think I was dancing with that person a bit ago. No idea where they are now. Try checking the bar. They've got some wicked drinks, by the way. Hey, what's up? Having a good time? Yeah, I was wondering if you know anybody named Tomcat. Nah, sorry, never heard of him. You should check the arcade. Hello.
Yes, can I help you?
I'm looking for someone named Tomcat. Do you know where they are?
Not at the moment. They're usually close enough to hear when their name gets dropped. So if that's all you needed from me, I'll get back to cutie cruising. And no, that wasn't an invitation to flirt.
Got it. Good luck.
It may surprise you coming from a nasty hybrid, but I actually don't need luck. Even genotypicals flirt with me. Not like I want them to. And I don't know where Tomcat is, so look for them elsewhere.
Sorry, did you say genotypical?
Yeah, as in not a hybrid like me. Now then, I'm not here to educate you, and I do have a life to return to.
Understood. Let Tomcat know we're looking for... we're looking if you see them.
Yeah, alright, whatever. Just get moving.
Hi there. I heard you were looking for me.
Hello there. Are you Tomcat?
Yours truly, dog. Although, while I like the attention, it'd be just grand if you didn't holler for me so loudly. I do my share of flirting with both sides of the law. Wouldn't want little old me to get in trouble, huh?
Is that why that woman was giving me such a hard time?
Nah, you're fine. Jess is just a my prickly pear on the outside. She'd probably give hell to most strange folks she hasn't made a deal with. So, to what do I owe the pleasure?
A friend of yours, Hayden, has gone missing. We found a note saying he was going to meet you.
Hayden's missing. Well, that's one way to sour my night. I already saw you got his little ROM with you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
You know about me? Hayden never mentioned your involvement.
Well, sure thing, hon. I helped reprogram the back end on your OS so the AI code Hayden wrote for you would work properly with the mesh network.
I have a distressing lack of information on my own creation. Hayden never saw fit
poor
to inform
Turing.
me on what went into designing my programming. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Not much more on that end. I'm a crack shot at making the Lips OS dance to my tune, but Hayden's coding in your AI core is a whole different can of worms. Way out of my league. Sorry, doll. Anything else I can help with?
Well, tell us about yourself.
Oh, sure. You may have even heard of me in the news way back when. About 10 years ago, I hacked into Parallax's main ROM servers. Ooh, caused one hell of a stink, if I do say so myself. People were arguing back and forth whether I was a kid genius or malicious criminal. Earned myself an enforced net blackout for a few years, but I think it was worth it for the prestige.
Why hack into Parallax?
Huh? To see if I could. I mean, Parallax is a mighty big target. Bigger than the government.
Yeah, it is. It really is. You know, the crazy part is the composer for this game actually did the entire audio direction, including voice direction. And he's never done voice directing before, so this is amazing for a first time. So, which was it? Kid Genius or Malicious Criminal?
I don't know. I didn't really do it to steal anything, but I had to break an awful lot of eggs to crack my way in. I chalk it up to the exuberance of youth, and now I try to stay on the straight and narrow. Mostly. Sometimes. Oh, who am I kidding? Sometimes I treat this place like it's my own little bat cave.
What's the deal with the accent? Are you from the South?
Raleigh, North Carolina, dog. Sure, it's not the glitziest town in the world, but folks like the way the sun goes down. Still, this ain't a bad town.
Yes.
Lots of clothes. I had to get a third walk-in closet.
How do you know Hayden?
Hayden and I met not long after my blackout expired, when he recruited me for my expertise in lips. It puzzled me at the time, since he's very sharp himself. I mean, he could have done the job blindfolded and boozy. I think he just wanted someone working on it off the books. He ain't the most straightforward kind of man.
What was Hayden working on?
Mostly that little bot you got there. Well, I'm sure he had his fingers in lots of pies, but Turin is all I knew about.
My computer runs on LipsOS. I didn't know ROMs did too.
Ooh, it's a powerful OS. And it's since been adapted to run on ROMs after they figured out how much more efficient it is. It's focused on learning algorithms, so it can tailor itself to each user's habits. And it functions through using a distributed mesh network for non-essential public files.
Can you explain it like I'm a child?
That's just a fancy way of saying all ROMs connect to all other ROMs, within range, and they share all files the user has tagged as private. It's handy in dense population areas like NeoXF, since it can bypass regular telecom nodes to access the internet. Out in the sticks, though, you're stuck connecting to regular old pipes. Yeah.
Do you know why he may have gone missing?
I don't rightly know.
I can't avoid the thought that Hayden's disappearance has something to do with me, based on his recent behavior.
Well, let's see. Hayden was pretty hush-hush about his work on your creation, but if Parallax found out about it somehow, ooh, that might have changed things. It ain't always so good for a big company when their leading product declares independence. I'm certain Hayden had some kind of intellectual property clause written into his contract with them, but he would just get fired, maybe even sued. I can't imagine they would disappear him. I mean, they ain't the CIA or anything.
Seriously though, what is Jess's problem?
Oh, don't you worry about Jess, none. She just don't have a lot of patience when talking to genotypical folks like us. She's had to deal with an awful lot of pricks. 'Cause,
Fair.
well,
I probably shouldn't judge her just yet.
good call.
Can I ask you some more questions?
As it suits you, hon.
Okay, so how do we find Hayden?
Yeah, I'm not real sure, hon. But it would likely help if we knew why he went missing in the first place. I'll stay here and ask around a bit. People know me, and they sure ain't gonna talk to a newbie like yourself. Why don't you hop back over to Hayden's place and grab the data cache out of his computer for me? We can go over his research notes and see if we can't find a reason for his being vanished. If Parallax is involved, there's probably something we're not seeing yet. Best to get all the clues we can find. The data cache would be the best place to start. Good luck. Turin, you keep out of trouble.
Well, I love this game so much. Well, but I need to at least give my voice some rest. So this will be the stream for today, but I will surely continue playing this game on Wednesday. Thank you for watching so much. And let's see if I can't find someone to raid today. I do find someone to raid. Wonderful. Well, we are raiding Tensei Taicho, a well, I'd say variety streamer who's a lot into anime. So yeah, I'll see you next time.